Hello, MCU fans. Today we're looking at the question, when does I Am Groot happen in the MCU timeline? I Am Groot was just released on Disney Plus this morning, and so that means we get to see when it is placed in the timeline on Disney Plus. So let's dive right in and see what we can learn. Very interesting choice. The timeline has actually broken it into 5 episodes and shown each of the 5 separately. And I believe the biggest reason for that is because Groot's first steps occurs between Guardians 1 and Guardians 2. Because literally it picks up right after the end credit scene of Guardians 1 with him dancing away inside the cup. And then Groot's first steps shows, well, his first steps. Then we jump to Guardians 2 where he's basically, fully mobile and dancing away everywhere. And then we move into the remaining 4. The little guy, Groot's Pursuit, Groot Takes a Bath, and Magnum Opus. And then finally, the next big movie is Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, of course, Guardians Volume 2 has an end credit scene where he's teenage Groot, so technically that end credit scene happens between Magnum Opus and Age of Ultron, but obviously the Disney Plus timeline isn't set up to address end credit scenes. But besides that, this is a really interesting choice. In fact, it opens the door to, if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil from Netflix, if those were to show up in the timeline, if Marvel were to finally make a call one way or another officially on whether they're canon, and if they are canon, which episodes are canon, they could show up in this fashion. It might make the timeline pretty long if we, break an entire season of a TV show into episodes, but nonetheless, it could be done because, of course, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that wove around movies like Thor, The Dark World, and Captain America, Winter Soldier, etc. But regardless of what happens with those, we are seeing that it is possible to break up a series into separate episodes. So again, they did this because we follow Baby Groot's journey. We follow him at the end of Guardians 1, dancing away in the cup. Then in Groot's first step short, we see him still in the cup, but breaking out of it. Then we see him in Guardians 2, dancing and fully mobile. And then the little guy, the next Groot short, picks up after that. So kind of cool. And then, of course, all of them occur before the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 end credit scene where he is teenage Groot. So I'm not sure why James Gunn has kind of alluded, or maybe more than alluded, specifically said that he doesn't think these are canon. He is notoriously protective of the characters he creates, which I totally understand. He wants to make sure everything is consistent. But, I mean, these were all fine. They were funny, enjoyable, short, didn't break any canon. And so maybe what he's really saying is nothing that happens in these shorts is going to impact Guardians 3 or Guardians 2. And I would agree. They don't. They're very harmless in that regard. But at least as far as Marvel and Disney Plus is concerned, they are official canon. So now we know where they appear in the timeline. If you don't mind, like this video, subscribe to the channel. You can check out more videos. And in the meantime, continue to enjoy the ever-expanding, ever-growing Marvel Cinematic Universe.